Hello everyone, so today we will be doing the crochet triangle motif. So for the crochet triangle motif I have used bobble stitch, I've used single crochet stitch, and for the piping I've also used half double crochet, which is the US terminology. So I'll now show you what materials that you will be requiring. To make the crochet triangle motif, we would need the following items. The first is this yellow color yarn from Paint Box. It's the Simply Aran weight for medium yarn, and the code of the color is 220, which is the banana cream. The second yarn that I'm using is this, again from Paint Box. It's the white color. It's Simply Aran and medium weight 4 yarn. The code is 200 and it's called Paper White. Then we would also need a crochet hook, which is the 5mm crochet hook. Then we will also need some stitch markers just to help us with the stitches, and then we will also need the scissor and a twist needle just in case if our stitches get too tight. I will be also using a blocking pad like this with some needles so that our crochet triangle is really straight. So to start the pattern, first we will make a slip knot. If you don't know how to make a slip knot, I will link one of the videos that I made of slip knot and you can check that out. So now that I've made the slip knot, I will go and chain 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So guys, now that I've done 4 chains, I will start my first bubble. So I will yarn over and then make the first bubble in the 3rd chain from the hook. So yarn over, insert your hook in the stitch, pull through, and you have 3 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and pull through the first 2. So you've got 2 loops. Then you yarn over, insert again, pull up a loop, and then you yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Now we've got 3 loops, so we need to do this till we have 6 loops on our hook. So now that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, 6, you yarn over and pull through all the loops. Now to secure the bubble, I'll do a single crochet. So I'm just going to mark this stitch just so that it's later it's easier to locate it. So guys, now that I made the first bubble, I'll have to go and make a foundation row for the 2 more bubbles to come, because it was one, because remember we're making a triangle, so this was the first bubble, next should be 2 more bubbles. To make the 2 more bubbles, we'll make a row, so that's row 2. So I'm going to do chaining 1, then chaining 2. And then I'm going to make 2 single crochet in the 2nd chain. So insert yarn over, pull through, and then make the first single crochet. Then I'm going to make the 2nd single crochet. So we made 2 single crochet here. So now I'm going to take out the stitch marker, and in that stitch in the bubble I will make the 2nd, like the 3rd single crochet, because we need to make 4 single crochet. So that's 1, and in the same stitch you make. So if you can see guys, we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 single crochet. So you turn your work around, then you chain 1, and then basically do is you'll make the first bubble. So you know how we did the bubble, so yarn over and insert your hook and keep doing till you get 6 loops. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, same process, pull through, and then go in the next stitch to do a single crochet to secure the bubble. So you do the same here as well, so you can see our bubbles are shaping. So there you go, guys, we made this second bobble row. So don't worry about how it's looking at the moment. We will be doing piping and blocking, so it will all look good once we do that. So now to move to the third row, we obviously turn our work around. You make a chain. So guys, so we will need to make a foundation of row for the bubbles to sit on. So since we need to make 3 bubbles, we need to make 6 single crochets. So we'll start with the first. So we'll go in this first stitch and then make 2 single crochets here. So that's 2 single crochets, and then you go here. Just be careful and make the third one, then you go and make the 4th one, and then you go here and make the, so here you'll make 2 single crochet in the last stitch. So there you go. So that's, you can count them, 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you turn our work around, chain 1, and then start with the bubble. We will also have a color chain, so I'll show that. So let me do the first bubble. So you yarn over, insert, so guys, as I've showed you've done the first bubble, now I will show you how to change the color. So as normal, we will go and secure the bubble by doing a single crochet. So you do the single crochet. So now before you finish the single crochet, I will show you how to introduce the new yellow yarn. So there you go. I'm going to be doing is I'm going to pull that through that and now start the next bubble. So yarn over, go through that, make sure you have all the yarn with you, and 2 loops, the same thing, you keep doing it till you finally make a bubble. To secure the bubble, you just make a single crochet, and since the next bubble is going to be white, I'm going to drop the yellow and carry and take the white. So there you go, and then I'm going to do the last bubble here. Now we have to make the row for the 4 bubbles that will come. So for 4 bubbles we would need 8 single crochets. So we would do 2 single crochets in the first stitch and 2 in the last stitch, and 1 each across. So I'm going to start the first single crochet. Make sure you always carry the other yarn that you're not using, and this is the second, and then I'll do 1 each in all the stitches. Make sure when you do it, you just count there's 8 stitches. If you count the stitches, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So guys, we will now start the fourth row of bubbles. In this row we will have 2 bubbles of yellow and 2 of white on each side, so it will look something like this, if you can see that. So we'll start the first bubble as we do. So now I'm going to drop the white and take the yellow, because the next bubble is going to be a yellow color. So you continue doing the bubble stitch in yellow, so it'll be 2 yellows, and then you again change back to white. So now we have made this row as well, so now we have to make another foundation row. Don't worry how it's looking at the moment, as I said before as well, we'll be doing blocking and piping, so it'll all look put together. So now we have to make 5 bubbles. This was 4, that the next row will be 5 bubbles. For that we would have to make around 10 single crochets. So you basically make, I've turned the yarn around, chained 1, and now I'm going to start my first single crochet in the first stitch. So that was 1, and in the same stitch another one, as we do. So for all the rows there will be 2 single crochet in the first and 2 single crochet in the last, and 1 in between. I'm just going to quickly count all the stitches. So it's basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, got 8, and we have to make 2 in the last. The last one is a bit tricky to always find because it's in the bubble. Yeah, so I'm going to make 1 and 2. So I'm going to now turn my work around and start the bubble. So in this row we will have 3 yellow color bubbles and 2 white in the side. So I'll start in the same way as I've been doing. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3 yellows and then white, as I mentioned. So I'll finish it and I'll come back and show you to do the next row. So the last will be white, so again I'm dropping yellow, taking white. Guys, so I've made this row, which is the last row of the bobble change. The last final row of the triangle will be all white, so it will be 6 bobbles, so we need to make 12 single crochets. So I've turned my work around, chain 1, and I will now make 12 single crochet, and I'll see you. So guys, now we will make the final row of the bobbles. It will be all white, so I'll start one and then you can continue doing it. There is no color change in this row, so we just need to carry the yellow yarn. As I've completed the last row with 6 bobbles, now we will start with the piping process. So I'll show you how the piping works. So the first thing I will be doing, I will be dropping the white and taking the yellow. So I'm just going to do simple single crochets at the moment here. Yeah, just to build the border kinda. So you keep doing single crochet all through. So basically it will be a border like that. You'll have to basically make all through the triangle. It will look something like this. We will also do another step, I'll show you. So carry on doing the border like this. I'll come to the corner and I'll show you back again. So guys, this is what the piping is looking so far. I'm going to continue doing all through here. One thing I wanted to show you is wherever, for example, you don't think there's enough space, you can just make a chain like this and then do the single crochet, so that just gives you the edge. So yeah, carry on doing it all through here, and then I'll come back and show you the second row of the piping. Guys, one thing I wanted to show you while doing the piping, I've done one side, I'm going through, is basically you will have to carry this white yarn. Don't at the moment just cut it off or just leave it. I mean, you could cut it off, but I like to carry it, just gives a better edging. So I will, and all we need to do, you know how to do the single crochet is in these stitches that you'll have to go and do the single crochet, and it will look something like this. So guys, I've completed the first row of piping. You can see already it is going to get much more better, and after blocking it will look completely fine. So what we need to do is now need to do a row all across of half double crochet, which I will show you now. I have taken all the yarn that was hanging around and did my piping on top of it. So we will also carry this white yarn. Till now, I'm not going to cut it right yet, but you know, I'll continue doing it and I'll show you. So let's begin the half double crochet. So you know how to do the half double crochet, just carry on and then do it. I like doing half double crochets, they're easy to do and one of my favorite stitches as well. So yeah, you just do half double crochet, layer of row all through the triangle, and I'll come back and show you. Guys, I've completed the second row of the piping, and you can see it's beginning to look so much better now. With blocking, it will look much better, like exactly like this one that I have. So I'm just now going to be doing a slip stitch. So going to do a slip stitch, and I'm just gonna cut the yarn and then just weave it in. So now what we are going to do is basically, you can use a needle or you could use a crochet hook to just weave those in. And after this, I'll be doing the blocking. Guys, I already started weaving in the ends. I'm using a crochet, really thin crochet hook, which is 2.5 millimeter, or you can cut them if you like. But what I'm doing is I'm basically weaving them in as much as I can closely, so this way it will just be inside and you don't have to cut it. And I'm going to come and show you how I do the blocking. So here's my blocking board, guys. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm just going to be blocking them. So basically what I do is I just pin them here, and because it's a triangle, I'm just going to pin the other one. You could use any blocking pin you like. Just check. I mean, if you can do the corner to corner, is the best to do it that way. Yeah. So after blocking, some people I've seen they spray it with some water. I didn't do any of that, and I just, after blocking, this will look like this. I did keep it for a day and didn't spray any water, and this is how it looks. I was really pleased with how it turned out. If you would like to try this tutorial, do let me know in the comment section, and thank you so much for watching this tutorial. If you have any requests, do let me know. Thank you so much, guys.